Hey everyone, this is Homemaking with Rebecca, where we're talking about non-toy gift ideas that you can get for your little kids, your big kids, or any kids in between. So when my kids were little, I started looking for practical gifts to get for them. They would get lots of toys from family and friends, and that was great. But I wanted to get them something that they could use for many years to come. And so these are some of the things that we've gotten our kids over the years. Some things are homemade and other things are bought. And I'm going to provide links in the description below for you and just show you, like I said, the things that we've gotten and our kids have enjoyed over the years. So first up this is a little Swiss Army knife, and these are great gifts for kids, boys or girls, but I think they're just such a fun gift. This is the smallest one. It's got scissors on it. It's got tweezers. It's got a little toothpick, or it had tweezers. These have been since lost. It's got a nail file, and it's got a little knife on it. And you can get all different sizes of Swiss Army knives. So this one could be for a younger kid, and then you might get them one that was bigger when they got older. I know I had one that had like a magnifying glass on it, and that was really fun. These are great gifts, and they're great to put in their stockings as well. So the next non-toy gift idea would be a microscope. So we got our son this a few years ago. He may have been about 10 or 12, something like that. It's such a fun idea for kids that are into science things. I think this one was around $100 on Amazon. So this can be a really nice gift for kids of all ages. Another really fun gift is you can get little kits of cooking supplies that will have like rolling pins and measuring cups and measuring spoons and all sorts of things like that in it. I got one of those when I was a kid, probably 7 years old, and I actually still have some of the stuff from it. I've got some of the little cookie cutters, and it had a little baby cookie sheet in it, and I still have that. So that's really fun. And if you've got someone that's into baking, you could get them something like that. And what I love about a lot of these gifts is they can also be combined together. So if you are going to go with a theme, maybe you're going to go with cooking, you could do a cooking kit, and then we're going to talk about books here in a minute, and you could get them an apron and a chef hat. And so you can combine a lot of these things if you're, like I said, if you're wanting to go with a theme. So the next thing would be books. Obviously, you can go with any kind of books, whatever kind of books your kids like to read. What I'm suggesting here is some books that kind of help them further learn. So here is a cookbook that my daughter has. This is the complete baking book for the young chef, and she's really liked this book. It's very basic, and it's got lots of pictures, and it's great and easy to understand. So that's something that's really good for kids of all ages. So these are some Lego books. They're by Sarah Dees. She was a mom, and I think she had 5 boys, and she created these Lego books. And so one of them is like stories. This one is creations with bricks you already have. And this one is Lego invention. So you can make different ones. So I know this is kind of toy themed, but if your kids already have a bunch of Legos and you don't want to buy more, they can, use these books to kind of go along with what they already have and further their learning and further ideas, and just kind of give them some inspiration on what to do with their Legos. Also, some other ideas would be like some science experiments books. Those are really fun. How to draw books, things like that. The sky's the limit with books. You can find all kind of fun stuff and just kind of tailor it to whatever your kid's into at the time. So when my kids were really little, I like to sew them some things. And one of the things that I made them one of the years was these chef hats and these aprons. So this was for my son. We just had 2 kids at the time, and I made him this Pepper's apron and hat, and then this one was an cupcakes. And so I made this one for my daughter, and it has an apron to go with it. And you can find stuff like this on Amazon very easy. It's very affordable. Or if it's something that you want to make, that's just a really fun project that you can work on and make for your kids. And whatever they're into, you can look for fabric that they like, So another thing that's really fun is flashlights or headlamps or lanterns or book lights or anything like that. Those are something that can go in the stocking too if they're smaller. This is a headlamp that we got for our boys one year, and it's just got a bunch of different settings on it. It's really fun, and it's very handy and practical too. And that's something you can get for your kids every year. They always need flashlights. Flashlights break, they lose them, things like that. So that's always a fun thing. So another fun thing is craft kits. This is a craft kit that my daughter got one year from a family member, and it was just this little blanket that she made and she was able to put together and tie together. They've got craft kits that have bracelets, they've got origami, they've got, you know, all different kinds of craft kits you can look into, sewing, embroidery, things like that. So those are fun. Woodworking kits, you can look into that for your kids, and it also gives them something to do. It's something really fun that they can work on later and maybe learn a new hobby. Another really fun gift idea is those butterfly kits you can get from, I think it's Insect Lore, and they have a butterfly kit, they have a praying mantis kit where you get to order the caterpillars and you get to watch them turn into butterflies, and that's really fun. We've done that a couple of different times and my kids really enjoyed it. Next would be puzzles. I love puzzles because you can get them for all different ages. You know, you can get the baby puzzles for kids that are really little and they just stick the stuff in there. I love the big floor puzzles that Melissa and Doug has, and you can get like sea creatures and farms and different things, and they can put them together on the floor. And then obviously you can get different ones for different age range. This is like 1,000 piece, so it's fun to put together with older kids and as family members or groups. So puzzles are always a great thing. Like I said, it's good fun group activity. Another thing that we got for one of our sons was some gardening supplies, and that's also one of those things that you can get for smaller kids. They have little kits that are little, you know, small shovels and rakes and that sort of thing. And then if it's an older kid that's into gardening, you could get them some of the more adult stuff. So that's really fun. We also, one time, they had these egg carton kits that you could get and grow seeds in, and that was really fun. You know, you see little seed kits all the time at Tractor Supply, Walmart, and stuff like that. So it might be harder to find this time of year, but you can usually find those, and you could even get them when they're on clearance and then, you know, give them to them for Christmas or whatever. Another bonus thing with that also is mushroom kits. Those are so fun to watch grow. We've had a couple different ones of those, and they grow really, really fast. And so even from going to bed the night before and then waking up the next day, they've already grown so much. So that's a really fun idea for a gift and something that you get to watch grow. So the next thing is science kits. If you know kids, they love to watch things just like the mushrooms. They've got crystal kits, they got volcano kits, they have all different sorts of kits that you can find. You can find those usually at your local store. You can order them online. And like I said, there's lots to choose from, and that's always been a hit with my kids. They love doing that kind of stuff. And it's nice when it's in a kit because you've got everything you need right there. You don't have to go hunting for stuff. And so that can be a really good gift idea. Another good one is art supplies. So I love those art kits that you can get, and you can get ones for smaller kids. You can get wooden cases for older kids that kind of have more sophisticated supplies in them. You can even get little miniature art kits, you know, that you can put in their stockings and things like that. And who doesn't love an art kit? I mean, fresh new crayons and paper. It's so fun. You can get those spirograph ones. You can get all kind of stuff. So those, my kids have gotten several of those from us and from different people over the years, and they were always a big hit. They always loved those. Painting, maybe they get into painting, you could get them some painting kits, and those are really fun too. Another thing that's really great is camping supplies. So this is another one of those things you can scale when they're little. You could just get them some little binoculars. Our kids love binoculars when they were little. I would take them with them and look out the window when we were riding the car and things like that. Or if they're older, you know, get them a nice pair of binoculars that they can keep with them for the rest of their life. So one year we got our kids a little kit, and it had a little bitty tent in it and a sleeping bag, and then we got them some lanterns to go with it, and that was really fun because we could just put the tent up inside and they could play with it in there. And then once again, if you've got an older kid, buy them a really nice tent if they like camping, that something they can use for years to come. I love camping stuff because it's so fun to go and look in the camping sections at different stores or go to camping stores. There's just all kind of fun things that go along with that you can get for them and have them stocked up on their camping gear. Another thing that I have done for my kids over the years is make them quilts for Christmas. And so this is a quilt I made for one of my daughters. This was kind of when I was going through a phase of sewing, and then it's just kind of a smaller kids blanket. And then I also made her a little blanket to go with her dolls and stuffed animals and that sort of thing. So that was really fun. So that's really fun because you can make them little matching blankets, and they love to cover up their little stuffed animals or dolls or things like that. So I've also gotten these sewing boxes for my girls over the years, and you can just fill it full of sewing supplies, and that's a really fun gift. And then for our boys, we've gotten them toolboxes. And so when they're real little, we got like a little small toolbox. And as they got older, we got them bigger toolboxes. And you can fill it full of tools that are appropriate for their age. And that's really fun to just kind of get them started on learning to work on things. So another thing that you can get for your kids are you can give them the gift of experiences. So one way you can do that is through getting them memberships to zoos or local museums, or getting them restaurant gift cards, or maybe a membership to a water park in the area, or also get them movie passes. And those things are really fun because it's stuff that you can do together with them, or you can bring along friends and just make those fun memories with them. The next idea I have is definitely a very practical one, but it's really good, I think, especially when your kids get older, and that is outerwear. So you could do coats, gloves, hats, boots. So boots are a great gift because they can be kind of expensive, and so if you want to spend that extra money and get them something nice, maybe just some nice warm boots that they can wear outside, or some work boots, or some cowboy boots, or something like that. Coats, you can go a lot of different ways with this. If you've got family that hunts, you could get them a nice hunting coat. You could get them a nice coat for working outside. This is a coat we got for my daughter last year, and was just a nice church coat. She's 20 now, and so definitely getting her some practical things like this. I just bought this off Amazon, and it was really nice that she could wear over her dresses to church on Sunday, and it'll keep her nice and warm. So and I found, getting like hats and gloves and wrapping them up and putting them in their stockings, that was really fun. When they were kids, we would get them the fun ones with little monsters or little birds or things like that on them, and that was always fun and exciting at Christmas. So the next thing is, like I said, my daughter's getting older, and so last year we got her some luggage because she was going on some trips, and so that was really good for her to be able to have, because she didn't have any luggage, and so she can have that from here on out, to use for when she goes places. And along with that is backpacks. That's something that we've gotten for our boys, and you can look in the camping supplies and get these more tactical backpacks that have got a lot of pockets and stuff like that in them. So maybe it's something separate than they use from their like school books or something like that, and they can use these for when they're little, if they want to go on an adventure and pack their little backpacks or things like that, or if they're older and they really are going out hiking and camping and things like that, or whatever. Just backpacks have so many uses, so that's a great option. And one of the last things, and this is very practical, but is water bottles. My kids love to have good water bottles, and they use them and use them. And so they really like these simple modern ones, and they've been buying them for themselves actually over the years. We bought one for my daughter, and they really liked them, and so they've been buying this simple modern brand from here on out. So you could see one of them is just plain, and one of them's got stickers all over it. But we found that to be a really good brand, and that can be a great gift for Christmas too, because it's a nice water bottle and they're going to use it. My kids use theirs every day, and so it's very practical, and you can find some that are fun colors or whatever. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any other gift ideas and things that you've given to your kids or other people over the years that were practical but yet fun, please leave that in the comments below. I would love to hear it, and we can discuss about that and just kind of bounce ideas off each other. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day.